Hi, and welcome to DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. We're looking at the F-16C Viper and how to do an ILS landing. First thing we need is information for the ILS and TACAN. If you have a look at this chart, we can see a lot of the ILS and TACAN information with a Caucasus map. You will notice that not all of the airfields have that information. So for today's example, we're going to be looking at Caucasus. Under Caucasus, we can see that the ILS is 109.75 and the TACAN is 44x. Use this for any of the other airports that have that information. But we're going to be using Caucasus for today. So we'll remember 109.75 or 44x. You're also welcome to pause the video, write it down in a notepad or text edit. Keep that information down so that you can refer to it later. So let's get started and we'll jump into the plane. Take this information away. You can see our plane on the runway ready to take off. We're going to enter this information into our plane. We're going to be putting it into the DD. If you need to get to this and you're stuck under list bingo somewhere, you can always click on RTN. So you're just clicking on the word RTN, move this over and it'll get you back to normal. If you're under comms and stuck under these menus and you need to get back, click on RTN, return, and return you back to here. And once you're there, you can get into TACAN by clicking on 1. Under TILS, just pushing 1, you'll notice that information will come up. Change between the different settings, you can push the down or up arrow. So in this case, we want to go down to the TACAN channel. We want to put in 44, so I'm just putting in 44 and hitting enter. Now we can see that's locked in. If you want to change the band, you can push 0 to change between Y and X. Keep going, we're going to go over to ILS. I'm going to change this number to 109.75 and push enter. You'll notice now we've got that in place. You can get your course information by just jumping onto F10. You can see your runway. You can click up here, make a line. You'll see now you've got a heading of like 73. So that's one way to do it. We're going to be landing today on runway 8 at Caucasus. And you can see we're going to be landing in this direction. To see where Caucasus is on the map, we can see it's down here. So hopefully that helps. Let's go back to here. Now we remember we had a course heading up here of like 73 at the moment. So we'll go into here and we're going to put in the course 73, enter. Now we've got all that information in there. Let's take off and then we'll show you the rest of the information coming up here on this. One thing to do, go down to here, there's M, left click once, PLS nav, left click again, TACAN. We want it on PLS TACAN. Now we've got that set. We can also see our course is set from the information that we put up here. It's actually changed it down here. The other thing just to be aware of, just make sure that you have the MIDS LVT switched to on. MIDS LVT switched to on. Okay, excellent. So we're going to take off now. To get this information in here onto from there to there, all you're doing is you're going down to here and you'll notice it has a button here which we can click, so it's on off, it's not there. Bring it up, you can just right click and then right click again, and you'll notice now we've got that there. So that just reminds us we've got the TACAN and the ILS on. Okay, so we're going to take off. Just going to give the plane a little bit of throttle. We'll take raise dual steering off right now. And we'll pull back around about 170. Pulling back. We're up into the sky, pushing G on the gears. You can see the gears coming up. Also going to take our afterburner off. And we'll let it climb. You can hear the marker sounds. as we exit. And we're all set. So now we just have to spin around and we can start looking at this information. Now, just to explain this line here, when it is below that, it means we need to go down. We're too high. When this line here is above, that means we're below the glide slope and we need to go up. This vertical line, if it's to the left, that means we need to go left. And if it's to the right of us, it means we need to go right. So hopefully that explains this a little bit. There's also the box down here, which is the angle of attack. We want to be putting this into the box of the angle of attack. And we also want to be getting this almost lined up between these two. That's what we're trying to achieve. We're just doing about 5,000. We're going to back off, have a quick look at our map and see where we're at. We can see we're a fair way out now and we've got Caucasus there. It'll pick up the vertical and the horizontal around about this far out from Caucasus now. So we'll have that information. To just give you an idea. You're expecting that information from about there. It won't have that information out there, but it will have it around about here. Okay, so we'll get ourselves ready to turn around. Bring it out slightly, and then going to come back around. So we need a course heading of about 73. We're getting ourselves onto that course. You can see it's saying it's to our left at the moment. We're about 73 now. So we've got 62. Just have a quick look. We can see we're a little bit to the right of it, and that's what this is also telling us. It's probably good to do this in good weather so that we can actually see what's going on. And we don't have any height information, but we're going to bring it down to around about 5,000. We'll keep going left slightly. We'll have a little visual look out there. You can see there's a runway over there. We're going to start bringing it right. Excellent. Now we're very, very close to this one. So we just have to line ourselves up with this. We don't have a bracket. That only comes out when you bring the gear out. And we don't have this information at the moment. That will come up soon. So we've just got our altitude around about 4,000 now. Now we've got our information. We know we're just slightly high, so we've got to start pushing ourselves down. So a few things we're going to do. We're going to bring our gears out. You can see it slowly now dropping. We're coming closer to the bracket down the bottom. We can see from over here, this is also helping us with the lights. So when it's there, we're too high, too low, and when it's in the middle, we're dead on where we need to be. That's also there to help us. So we need to go left just slightly. Just want to zoom it out slightly if I can. That looks a lot better. Now we're too low, so we need to go up. Now that DED information is just simply in the way, so we're going to get rid of that by putting it off. Now we're very much close to where we need to be, but we're way too low at this point in time. So we're going to give ourselves a bit of power. And we'll set about there. And we'll just wait for that glide slope line to come down to meet us. You can see it's dropping. So we know the runway is ahead because it's dropping. There we go. So now we're going to start pushing the nose down. Keep watching our speed. Get ourselves into the angle bracket. Once you're about here, just worry about the angle of attack. Down. Just holding the nose up. Bringing the nose down. Pushing on the brakes. And we're safely on the runway. Feel free to subscribe and like. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.